I'm Manga Anantatmula. I'm running for US Congress from Virginia District 11. Thanks for following me and thanks for watching this video. Your campaign slogan is I am your voice, make me your choice. What were some of your occupations or life experiences that forged your voice for the people? Well, I worked for several federal agencies. I worked for Marine Corps and US Army, which is part of Department of Defense. I'm currently at Department of Homeland Security, and I've worked for US Patents. I worked for Veterans Affairs. I worked for Department of Agriculture and a few others, but definitely my job has always taken me places where I had to interact with a lot of people. Yes, I had different experiences. I don't think they are anywhere related to racism or not accepting me. I don't feel that way. I've always been treated fair. Some places it's just because they don't know where I come from. It's a cultural difference. So that's all about feeling differently about, but never have felt any racism. You have mentioned appreciation for Trump acting on his promises in his first term. What are some of the promises you will act on? I'm seriously concerned about education, law and order, protecting our social security funds from misappropriating for use of other purposes, and I want to protect social security funds. And definitely I want to improve the standards and protect our military and veteran population in this country. They are the real heroes. Let's not forget the military families and the veterans. I salute the heroes. What's your opinion on school choice? Communities and families are diverse in this country. We cannot have a cookie cutter education, K-12, period. What we have right now doesn't meet demand and supply. Our immigration system has completely, totally failed. When you look at the H1 issue that we have on hand right now, the DACA that we have on hand right now. For the classic example would be to take H1 visa, green card pipelines. What just happened there? They have been in that pipeline for 20 to 23 years. And yet we are still bringing more. And we don't have the right skill sets to replace them. Why? We simply stop looking at demand and supply. It's a fundamental issue. We should have been collaborating with ICE and Department of Education to train our own folks to take on those jobs and resolve that H1 issue. So definitely I would change our school education system to train the high school graduates to be skilled when they graduate, to take on the real jobs, to be prepared for the real world and the real job. Did you and do you currently feel welcome as an Indian origin American citizen? Of course I do. But that doesn't mean there are no bad apples. When I have experiences of 99.999% of Americans welcome me with an open arm and respect me, there are also a handful that do not accept me, but do that small numbers talk for the entire country, talk for all of the American brothers and sisters that I value and my values as an American? No, they do not. So I don't want to focus on the people that are bad apples. There are there everywhere, just not the American society. In every society you have bad apples. The first lesson we must learn is to separate bad apples and not generalize and not make that as an example or make that as what people think that the entire population thinks. That's not true. In my case, definitely I want to go with the 99.99% that are welcoming me today, even as a candidate for a congressional race, with an open arm. Thank you. Do you support the defunding of police? No, I do not support that. There are vulnerable population in our communities that definitely do need the protection of the people, for protection of our law enforcement. We cannot absolutely survive defunding our police. But yes, I do agree that there is a need for reforming the police training. We have to train our forces to deal with violent situation without aggression. If you were a senator, would you vote to confirm a new Supreme Court justice? I'm not running for Senate position, but since you have asked this question, definitely yes. I would vote for Amy Coney Barrett. I think she has great credentials and I would definitely vote for her. What is your opinion on the liberal indoctrination of the American education system? It's really very bad. It's damaging our American values, destroying our families and communities. A strong family makes a strong community, and a strong community builds a strong city, and a strong city builds a strong nation. So education is definitely the most important foundation of our society, and indoctrination is not something that should be let to happen anymore in this country. It should be for the parents to decide the values their children need to learn. That's for the families, not the school. Where has our parental rights gone? They have evaporated. The schools have taken over what our children should be learning and what they should become of. We must say a no for indoctrination of our children. We need to take back into our own hands and give it back to the parents for better families and better community. You mentioned one thing you admire about Trump is that he is not a career politician. Do you consider yourself a career politician? I don't see myself becoming a career politician. When you focus on politics as a career, your preference and focus shifts from people to self-serving. That's not what we want in our representatives. That is completely missing today. So that's where I thought President Trump was doing great, not being a career politician and looking for the best interest of Americans and what is best for this country. Yes, I will never become a career politician. I prefer to be a servant leader for the rest of my career. What is one congressional committee you think you would excel on? I can think of more than one, but since the question is asking me for just one, let me give just one. Education would be my first pick. Education is the foundation of values and what this country stands for. And that would be the most important thing that we need to change to be number one country forever in the world. So education would be it. So my new slogan is families and community before politics. Never put families and communities backseat. I'm bringing them forward to build strong community.